Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel to another midweek video. Relatively late because this model was way more intense than I would have thought in the beginning. So let me start at the beginning, which is Monday this week, 3 days ago. I started working on this on Monday. I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do. You can see that I'm working on the usual, using a tube to work as a base for the skirt, and so far so good, everything works fine. A little bit of connection tool to get more areas, to get more faces, and then extrusion tool to pull out the faces for some folds. So I have like a foldy wavy dress. This was the idea at the very beginning. The whole dress is relatively simple. You can see that at the side. I copy pasted the whole thing and changed the copy a tiny bit so that I would have like an upper and a lower skirt area. Nothing so special about that. And after I finished the base model, I thought I want to have more details. The whole thing is gonna be a set. There is a second part which I will show off tomorrow, so there's definitely gonna be another video. And most likely I will have more modeling on this in the next coming days, probably over the weekend. There's gonna be a witch's hat and a pair of gloves and a pair of shoes as well for the whole thing. This is working in tandem with the Princess Knight character that I made before that. Basically, they are belonging together on the grander scale of things that I want to do and work with and play around with. But yeah, this is basically a double thing, or maybe even a triple thing. I think there's more of these sets coming as well. There will also be an animation with this. I will make an animation for the witch in Cascade. I already have a few ideas about that, but first I'm going to finish the modeling of all of that. So from now on I will try to make a full set of clothing that is a set that works together as one piece, and then have a render as well, that's at the end, but also an animation for this. Ultimately, I want to go back into making games. I want to go into Unreal Engine 4. I already had a few lessons some way time back with a friend of mine who taught me a bit of the basics. I still have to work over that, but overall, this is where ultimately in some point and way I want to go back to. For now, the skirt, the base model was relatively simple to make. Yeah, I just copied the underskirt. Now I'm having to make the V-maps for the upper one because I wanted to give it a texture so that I can work easier on the underskirt. There was a bit of stuff involved. I had 1 or 2 crashes. But since I updated my whole system to Windows 11, at least no complete freezes anymore, which I think is which is an dimensional upgrade, because I don't lose my whole progress anymore on stuff. Like, yay! Finally, I can work. That said, after I was done with the very base model, I thought I want more content. I want more details on this skirt. It is very simple. It is too simple for what I want to do. And this is where the whole trouble began. I did a belt. The belt you will see in a bit. I did the bow for the belt, like where the knot is in the front. And then I came to the glorious idea of, hey, I want this to be like alchemical style with some flasks, some little bottles on the side and a book on the other side. So I made all of that. Like, this is the part where I start with the add-ons, with the belt. and we will come to the flask as well. I will only show one flask, and I will not show the book, because I did that basically off screen whenever I was doing other stuff as well. So the videos would be a lot of pauses, a lot of mulling about, and I didn't just record that. I recorded the first one for reference, but I didn't record the other ones, second and third, and the book as well. Anyhow, the issue that you will see is I modeled this and they are sticking outright away from the skirt. That is because in my hubris I thought, well, I will rig this. I will get rigging done on this so the bottles can move and the book on the chain can move, and it looks cool and is kind of interactive, and I actually did all that. So that said, I did actually rig that. And yeah, I thought, okay, how do I want to do this? How am I going to go about the weight mapping? I was planning ahead, so improvement on that front at least. I am starting to think ahead on my projects. Nice. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have this lean away from the body. I could have had that lean away more from the body. In any way, I modeled all the additional stuff like the bottles and the strings, which I'm currently modeling, and the book into the model, into the skirt. The skirt model includes the bottles as well as the book with the chain. And then I went, put this into Des, started rigging it, and regretted my decision, because the way easier way is, and this is what I will do from now on, to make the flask model with the string attached as an extra model. Rig that, because it is way easier to rig that. It takes a fraction of the time. I will make a video about that. If you want me to, leave a comment down below. If you say, hey, can you show us the difference between modeling this into the skirt and modeling this into a different object? What I will do from now on is make this a different object. Rig that, because it takes a fraction of the time, and then use it as a clothing add-on, because this is something I already did before. I already did do clothing that has attachments that are not morphing and moving with the body. Like they are not morphing with the body. They don't have the body morphs. What they have is they scale with the body, but they don't morph with the body. And I already have that. I already know how to do that. But in this case, for some absolutely, I have no idea reason, I decided I'm going to rig this as one piece. I don't know why. There's no reason for me to. I guess I just thought this would be easy. And yeah, the rigging itself took me 3 hours, I think, something like that. Yeah, something like 3 hours. 3 hours. And making the whole model in itself was about 2 hours, what is in the video, and another hour that is left out. So think of this video that is 1 hour 48 minutes in total time that I put into 11 minutes of actually half the work. I did 2 more flasks with different kinds of nets. Those are supposed to be nets. I did the whole book and I rigged this, and the weight mapping was hell. Like actually making the bones and the face group is not the problem. The problem is always and will always be the weight mapping. At some point I actually accidentally drew over the skirt and had to manually repaint that part. And midway of working on the whole rigging, I thought, well, I could have made this way easier. I could have just made these attachable to the clothing. You can save this as a clothing preset. Basically say, oh, this is part of the clothing. It connects to the clothing there. The clothing gets a rigging node that is specifically for attaching pieces. That is like that is like an additional joint that is just there for attaching different stuff. There is that technology. It's relatively easy, and I could have done that. At least the top part was way easier to do. This is gonna be the next video tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video, even though I'm ranting a bit about my own stupidity. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.